Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite mysterious artifacts, and that is the Sabu disc, which is also known as the schist disc. Now, this is a stone disc. It's about 61 centimeters in diameter. It's got a concave shape, kind of looks like a steering wheel. It's got a center shaft of about 8 centimeters and then three lobes that literally looks like they pulled the stone and stretched it towards the center and makes this really unique fin design. Now, it's made out of a stone called schist, which is a metamorphic rock. Um, on the Mohs scale, it averages between 3 and 5. Really depends on what the composition is. Uh, And the characteristics are it's actually very porous, so it absorbs liquids. It's very resistant to high heat. And depending on its composition, it can be fragile, um, analogous to working with marble. So it definitely could have been sculpted with the tools available to them at the time. Now, it was found in 1936 by Walter Emery at Saqqara in a Mastaba S3111, which belongs to Sabu. He's a high official or administrator of a location. It's either a town or a province called a star of the family of Horus. And in the tomb, it was looted a long time ago, so there wasn't a whole lot left. And this stone object was found broken. And being that Sabu was a first dynasty official, that makes this object at a minimum older than any pyramid that was built in Egypt. So it's old. It, it is also symmetrical, but if you see it in the Egyptian museum, it doesn't really look right because, it was broken when they found it, and whoever glued it back together didn't do a bang up job. Now, with all that information, nobody is exactly sure what it is. So we're going to go through a few of the ideas from the mundane to the fantastical. And, let me know in the comments what you think it is, because nobody really knows. So the first idea of what this is it's just an object of art. It's a sculpture. And of course, it's entirely possible. But from what is known about ancient Egyptian art is all their art had a purpose, either religious or a functional or a decorative purpose, but it represented something. They didn't really do art for art's sake. Like, you didn't have a sculptor that just looked at a stone and said, I'm going to start working it and see where it takes me. They were methodical planners and knew what they were going for. So, possible. Um, that was some sort of decorative object, maybe. Um, you got it's some sort of container or a flower vase of some kind. Well, like I said, it's kind of porous and absorbs water. But since it was found in a looted tomb, this thing could be missing pieces. So we don't know. Could have been some sort of vase. Maybe it had something gold pieces that attached to it that would put it more in context. We really don't know. Another way is it's some sort of lamp, some sort of three-lobed lamp in some way, shape, or form that was hung by the three open sides. Possibly it's resistant to heat, but no other ones have been found. It's just the only one. Now, there's also that it was a mash rake for a mash tun in a brewery. Now, the Egyptians made a lot of beer. As a matter of fact, they made beer on an unbelievable scale. Everybody drank it every day. They figured out at some point that drinking the beer was way safer than drinking the water. They didn't know why, but they knew it was better. So everybody drank it. Their breweries were industrial size. I mean, to the point where it makes modern beer makers envious of how well they did this. And in all of that, and all these massive breweries found all over Egypt, nothing like this has ever been found. Now, that doesn't rule it out, because we're going to get into something here in a minute. Another one says that it could be the hub of a chariot wheel. Well, not in that form. And like I said, it was the only one that was found. It wouldn't handle the stress of a chariot wheel. You hit one good bump and it would probably fracture it. It's not like rolling with granite or anything. If you dropped it from 6 feet up, you could break it. So, not really able to handle those kinds of stresses. So, let's move in. That this may be some sort of uh, technological object or a piece of machinery. Okay. Well, the first theory is that it is a copy of another object that the ancient Egyptians either saw or possessed previous to that, some sort of old technology. Now that's possible, but let's put a twist on that. Maybe a more logical twist. What if it's not the copy at all? What if it's the original and it's the master die that you would make the actual objects out of? Now, long before the first dynasty ever existed, they were already smelting copper and making bronze and casting bronze. So, if this was a technological object that had to be exact for some sort of technological purpose, then it would make sense that you would make a stone way to actually form copper sheets to make the actual object, if that was the intended result. So that's entirely possible, which opens up a whole new realm of possibilities of what this object could be used for. So let's start here. The engineers at Airbus took a look at it and said that it is very aerodynamic and possibly used in flight of some kind. Well, I don't think that thing flew. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, they've never found another one. But it also has the characteristics of a turbine. So, as I go through these, let's take a little side quest here. You may be asking yourself, is anybody on Earth working on this and testing these designs out? Well, as it turns out, as I was adding this particular subject to my list of things I wanted to do, another YouTuber caught my video about my idea that they definitely had the technology to make stone saws and contacted me and said, hey, this is related to my work. And I checked it out, and his channel is called Ancient Egyptian Prototyping. And his idea is that it was a turbine that could be used to turn a lathe or a stone circular saw. You know what I'm saying? It possibly using forced air. Well, he brought up his idea in a Facebook chat for a podcast and got the triple dog dare to test it. So he decided to do so. And he's at this point he's gone from proof of concept all the way up to he's making different prototypes to test out of different materials. It's really interesting. There are just a series of short videos and just showing his progress and what works and what doesn't. But he's working on it, and as it turns out, once he's done with this, I've got a couple more triple dog dares that I'd like to give him. So I encourage you to go check it out. It's really interesting. I put the link in the description. So that's the first theory, is it's a turbine. Now, having aerodynamic properties, it also has fluid dynamic properties. So it may be an impeller. Okay, so it would be used to draw water. Like I said, also possible. Um, don't know. It's made of stone. It was apparently only one of them. So far, no other ones have been found. It's possible. Another one is that it's a flywheel used to store energy. Once again, possible. Uh, haven't seen anything in that context, but if made of a different material, it definitely could be used in that fashion. Another version is it's being an impeller would be part of a torque converter. And if you know anything about cars and automatic transmissions, the interior of a torque converter uses an impeller and a turbine to transfer hydraulic power into the between the shafts of the wheels. So it could be. The problem that we have is it was found in an official's tomb that was looted a long time ago, broken, out of context. So right now everybody's theory is good until one is proven absolutely correct. It would almost be that somebody would have to hit the lottery and find another one in context, possibly with any of the pieces that were missing from the original. It's going to be really hard to do. But for now, I mean, what does everybody else think? I certainly don't know. I have no opinion on it. It could be anything. So let me know in the comments. Hey, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd love it. Until next time, I'll see everybody later. Thanks.